Hello, my name is Starla Henderson with Fronter House Quilts, and today we're going to continue working on our summer sampler, but we're going to work on this little flower. I call it the periwinkle. It's very easy to do. Just be two weeks that we'll be spending on this one. It has 5 petals, and even though I just realized I didn't draw the circle on the pattern, this has been a crazy few weeks for me. A circle in the center, and I'll explain how to do that circle. It's very easy. You did one in the sunflower, and basically it's the same thing. I'm going to show you a different way to do it though this week, the way that I really prefer. So this is how we do it. You're going to go ahead and prepare your template just like we did. We prepared our templates last week, and I'm going to show you how to glue base them around your template, glue base the fabric. You're going to iron your template to the wrong side, and these have these little inside curves here, and you have to clip those just a little bit. You see how that folds in? And I clip it just almost, I leave it 3 or 4 threads away from the actual template for this. So you're gonna clip that, and then you're going to take your glue and this glue, and you're going to, just like we did before, you're going to apply your glue all the way around. And my glue is wanting to fall out of its little holder here. So I'm going to apply this glue, and you want it to be pretty tacky. And I've cut the fabric a scant 1/4 inch all the way around my template. And then you're just going to take your fingers and just smush it around like this, and just smooth it around a little bit at a time. There are no points in this. They're all soft, curvy points. And you're going to smush it all the way around your template, just like that. Once I get it around, I'll turn it over. That actually looks pretty good, but I have discovered that if I do this with my little cuticle stick, it makes it stick a little better, and it also does smooth out edges and points that I didn't realize I needed smoothing out. And then I'm going to take it over here. After I get it all smooth the way I want it, I'm going to take it over here and hit it with an iron to dry that glue. I just barely press it with an iron, and it's going to dry your glue in place, and just make it stay the way you want it. Alright, once you do all your petals that way, I'm going to show you the other way that I do my little circles. And this is the way I've done it for years, and I think it's better to do it this way personally than it is the first way that I showed you. So here we go. I use a glue starch. I use starch for this instead of glue, excuse me. And what I do, and I've already got this started and done and partially done, I'm going to open this up, is I go ahead and I make my template out of the same paper, just like we did before. Here, I just realized you can't really see, so I'm going to put this on something else. There you go. I cut my template. I get a fingernail file, emery board, and very carefully to smooth my edges out. And you can do this for the other technique too. I just will file around that template, and it makes it smooth, because the smoother this circle is, the better your circle is going to be. The smoother your edges are, the better your circle. Then I'm going to take a running stitch around the outside, and this is with white thread so you can't see it, but I just took a short running stitch all the way around the edge so that I can gather this around my template. Okay, once I've done that, and then I tie, just to make one tie. I don't tie a knot, but it makes it easier to gather. Then I have this. I just found this. It's really cool. I'll have to put it in a quick tip. This is a watercolor paintbrush pen. They're very inexpensive. I think I bought 3 of these for under $3. And they're made for people who paint with watercolor, to put their watercolor paint in this part in the tube, and it squeezes out into your brush. Well, it works great for liquid starch, for doing anything like this. It's just phenomenal how well it works. You push on it, you squeeze just a little bit, you can see a drop of that come out, and I just paint all the way around, and that's all there is to that. I'm going to draw this gathering stitch up real slowly. Sometimes I have to hold that in. When I get it tight like that, the way I want it, it's wet, so I'll take my iron, and be careful anytime you use an iron, and I'm going to dry it with my iron. I'm going to turn it over, do the other side. I had this really cool little print. It had little polka dots, and I thought, oh, that will make a cute center for this flower, so I thought I'd try it. And I keep doing this until it's dry. Now, when I do this and I'm not filming, I will then put this aside for a few hours and let it completely dry. Now, if I'm doing a lot of these, and I don't have it here with me right now, and I'm not doing a lot of them, I have some needle nose tweezers that I will use to work this out, but this is not a very tiny one, so I should be able to get this out without needing them. And I'm just going to take it, and I pull out, grab a hold of it, pull out my template, and that starch has got it in place here. Now, the template's out, so I'm going to take this and just pull it back in place very gently. I'm going to turn it over, make sure it's still back in the shape I want. It is. So I'm going to hit it with my iron again. Iron it really flat. There you go. Now, if I want this center, and sometimes I do, to have kind of a trapunto look, I will actually leave a bigger seam allowance on the back, and it poofs it up. But this is how I do this for this one, because I want it to lie flat, and that is how I make my circles instead of the glue. So this is Starla Henderson with Fronter House Quilts. We're working on our summer sampler, and we just did the glue basting and the basting for our templates for the periwinkle. Thank you for joining me.